Good morning, here's my outfit of the day. Today I'm wearing jeans because our 5th grade performance is today, and we are wearing red, white, and blue since the play focuses on the Revolutionary War. So I'm wearing my Old Navy jeans, this blue t-shirt that I got from J. Crew Factory, a white tank top underneath, and then my grandpa sweater that I like to call this my grandpa sweater because these buttons here. And I believe that this came from the Gap a couple of years ago. And I'm wearing this infinity scarf from Charming Charlie and my red Chucks, and that is it. So I will see you guys a little bit later. Do you guys notice that something is missing from my car? My little cross is missing. That broke yesterday morning, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but ever since I've had a car, I just always feel like I need something hanging from the rear view mirror. I just feel incomplete when I don't have something there. So right now, the stress is, what will I put there in replacement of that? I still have it, the little cross that was hanging from there, and I might be able to fix it, but that happened yesterday. I am feeling well, I don't know. I'm not necessarily feeling better, but I'm not feeling any worse. So I know, you guys, I need to take care of myself. And this is very abnormal for me to feel like I'm getting sick multiple times during the course of a school year, especially at this point. So that's why I'm really trying to check myself and take better care of myself. But I am taking Airborne, so I'm trying to combat the little bit of sickness that I feel coming on with that. But you should be very proud of me. I allowed myself to just sit on the couch after I finished editing the math video for my class. I allowed myself to just sit on the couch and just watch Bad Moms without doing any kind of work. So I wasn't watching the movie and grading or watching the movie and checking emails. I was just watching the movie, and I ate an Oreo cookie while I watched it. So I did that, and then I allowed myself to sleep in this morning. So I skipped the gym, which I have mixed emotions about because I hate skipping the gym because I feel like that's just something I should make sure I do every day, Monday through Friday. And then I woke up 10 minutes late, which is why my hair is in a ponytail today. So the other reason why I wanted to talk on the way to work is because a couple of you have asked that I kind of talk about student teaching and job searching, and I'm going to try and hit both of those topics between now and on when I get to work. So student teaching, I can honestly say I did not really have much student teaching. I was in an accelerated program, and my student teaching actually started the first day of school at the school site that I was at because they were year-round. So it was summertime when I started student teaching, but this school was on a year-round track, and it was the first day of school for a group of first graders, which is really quite difficult because the teacher is probably stressed because it's the first day of school. And I know if I was starting the school year or it was the first day of school, the last thing that I would want is a student teacher to have to be worried about, because you're just really focused on trying to get the school year started. Plus, for the kids, first graders, that was their first time being in school all day, so that was a little stressful for them. So that made it odd. And for whatever reason, my master teacher, she did not want to allow me to teach really ever. I think I did one lesson, and that was only because I had to be observed by my advisor from the school I was going to get my credential, and the principal. But other than that, she wouldn't allow me to kind of get in there and get my feet wet with it and take control of the class for little bits of time here or there. So my student teaching experience was really non-existent. I spent the good portion of my time sitting in the back of the room watching her teach. And I'm not sure if it was something about me she wasn't comfortable with, or she was just done with teaching, because quite honestly, her overall demeanor just seemed like she was burnt out on the profession, which may have been the case, or she may have had something going on in her own personal life. And years later, I ran into her at the bank, and I said hi to her, and I spoke to her, and she kind of just rolled her eyes at me. So I don't know what I did to make her not like me, but I didn't have much student teaching experience. I have had one student teacher, and that's really it. And I really think most master teachers, what we really want from a student teacher is someone that just comes in and they are willing and able and confident. Now, mind you, you may not jump off being confident, because it is a little nerve-wracking to know that, okay, now you're going to teach a lesson. But I would say the confidence isn't going to come unless you actually just get out there and force yourself to do it. So I know that I would like to have a student teacher that comes in, they're prepared, they're ready, even if they're nervous, they're willing to try. So that would be what I as a master teacher would be looking for. As far as generally speaking, as a student teacher, I think you should really treat yourself as an actual teacher on that site, meaning that if there are staff meetings, go to the staff meetings if you can. If there are grade level meetings, go to the grade level meetings if you can. Dress professionally, even if everybody at the site is wearing jeans. They have their job, they're set, but you're still in that phase of trying to, you know, present yourself in the best way possible. So just make sure you dress professionally. Don't let the kids think of you as a student teacher, so you want to come in and, you know, incorporate the classroom management that the master teacher is giving you and do it with confidence, because even the littlest of little kids can smell fear in a teacher, whether it's a sub, the real teacher, or a student teacher. So just go in there and just know that you got to put yourself out there, and the only way to get better is to actually get out there and do it. So that's what I know I would be looking for. And plus, we want to feel comfortable that we can leave our class in your hands. So I know that's what I'm looking for, and I know that's what most master teachers would want out of their student teacher. As far as interviewing and getting a teaching job, you know, you obviously want to come prepared with all the documents and things and, you know, whatever they're asking you for in the initial interview process. But once you get to the interview, or as you're prepping for the interview, I think the best thing you could do is just make sure you do your research on the district that you're trying to get into, if it's just kind of a district level interview, or do your research on the school site that you're trying to get into, if you're trying to get into a specific school. Make sure that it's clear that you know the school site or the district and what their goals are and what they're looking to do. Make sure you, again, dress professionally. I always wear suits to my interviews. Make sure you have a couple of questions, some true legitimate questions that you have for the people that are interviewing you. And, you know, and make sure they're appropriate questions and respectful questions, but show that, you know, you're trying to make sure this is a good fit for you as well. In your responses, try to be as specific as possible. So if you have a specific scenario, use that in your response, and try and avoid giving just general and vague responses. And just let the drive and the passion that you have for teaching come through. I think that's probably the most important. I think the reasons why I've been able to secure jobs or do some of the things I've done as a teacher is because I'd like to think when people talk to me, it's clear that I really am invested in this profession, and I am passionate about it, and I really just want to do a good job for myself, for my students, for my parents. And I think that's what administrators really want to see first and foremost. Not that you have perfect lesson plans and you can use all the teacher jargon and all of that, but that you're really in it for the right reasons, and you're really willing to put in the work that you need to put in. So I would suggest that. And then after the fact, in terms of interviews, just doing little touches like sending thank you cards to whoever was involved in the interview, or sending a follow-up email, just so that your name continues to be out there and they can't forget who you are, and it shows just a little bit more initiative, and it's just that little added touch that can kind of set you apart from people. So luckily for me, I didn't have to go on a whole lot of interviews. My very first position, I interviewed, and by the end of the interview, I knew I had the position. And then when I transferred to this district, it was a job fair, then a panel interview with different principals in the district, and then that was it. So I timed that perfectly. I'm just now at work. So I hope those helped, or that helped for those of you that were kind of asking, or those of you that are looking for that kind of information. I'm getting ready to start my day. I will talk to you guys later. And you're like, oh, okay. And remember, like I told, who's the curly-haired girl in your class? That's a student? Curly-haired? Yeah. What's her name? Lauren. She's a student, Lauren. Yeah. Like I was telling her yesterday, it has to be like over the top dramatic, because even though you think you're reacting, and you are, you got to know that the people all the way in the back won't see little subtle movements. So it has to be very clear that you're like, because all the way in the back, they have to know that you're reacting. Okay? Very slow. Okay, it is about 5:20. I came home after school. I recorded the math video for tomorrow's lesson that is currently uploading to YouTube, and now I'm heading back to school because the play starts at 2 o'clock, and I gotta go. So I came home, let Genesis out, did that, so she's been fed. She is eating. You want to say hi, Genesis? There she is. And I was able to turn some lights on. I don't think I showed you guys my Christmas tree all lit up. There it is, my little baby tree from Target. So anyway, I'm heading out. I will try and get some kind of footage from the play. And that's it. So I will see you guys later.